Hi there. In the gospel reading of today, we have a lot of lessons to learn from the Canaanite woman. So I will beg that you are a little patient today while we highlight them one after the other. The story of the Canaanite woman is one that provokes faith. As you will notice that through the scriptures, this is one of the instances outside that of the Roman centurion where Jesus marveled at the faith of an individual, saying, I have never found such a faith in Israel. The Canaanite woman, like any woman who is having a child that is in trouble, had a daughter who was possessed by a demon, and she paid attention to the spiritual need of that girl. This is very important, especially in our time when we have a lot of parents and those who are saddled with the responsibility of raising the young ones. Pay attention to almost every one of their needs, but most times forget and neglect their spiritual needs. We furnish them with required literatures, buy them gadgets, get them fashionable outfits. I'm not saying any one of these is not good, but I'm only saying that you must also care for their spiritual needs. And when this woman came to Jesus, she heard the unthinkable. One would have imagined that Jesus at least should have been charitable with his words. But what did Jesus say? He said, Woman, I was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. By implication, Jesus said to this woman, you do not qualify to be a recipient of this miracle. But what did the woman do? She knelt at the feet of Jesus. I'm sure that any one of us under this condition would have said enough of this insult, Jesus, and walked away. This teaches us how to respond, especially when we are in need. We are definitely or most probably going to pass through some humiliation and uncharitable words from those that we are looking up to and hoping that we are going to receive results from them. But you must learn to look beyond the insults, look beyond the humiliation, and look at the benefit down the tunnel. She knelt at the feet of Jesus. The act of kneeling is an act of worship. So we can implicitly say that she began to worship Jesus. And I'm sure this necessarily may have provoked Jesus to say, though she may not deserve it, but for this singular act of worship, I may consider her a candidate. But Jesus did not stop at that. Jesus went ahead. Before he gave her a touch of pepper, but right now it's Cameroon pepper mixed with a touch of salt. He said to her, Woman, it is not healthy to take the children's food and give to house dogs. Yet another time, the woman had an opportunity to walk out. Jesus, he insulted me for the first time and may have borne it for the sake of my daughter. But this one is way beyond it. How dare you call me a dog? Exactly these would have been her words and she would have walked away. But yet, she said, Jesus, even the dogs eat from the crumbs that fall from their master's table. What a fate. How many of us will be able to stay till this moment? This woman understands that with Jesus, every insignificant touch of grace can amount to the fullness of your expectation. So she must have said to herself, I know what it took me to get here. I'm not going back. Remember that there were some barriers that would have prevented this woman from meeting Jesus. The religious barrier, the gender barrier, the social barrier. But she broke protocol. She did not even say, John, can I have access to Jesus? Bartholomew, can you help me? I'm begging on Jesus. I have something to tell him. But she walked straight to Jesus and bared out her mind. So I have not come this far to quit. She said, even the dogs can eat from the crumbs that fall from their master's table. So implicitly, she's saying, Jesus, I'm not interested in the pot of soup in the table because I understand that even when a drop falls to the ground, that it contains the same oil, the same salt, the same pepper, the same Maggi as the pot that is on the table. So I'll just make do with the drop that falls to the floor. What a fate. But I would like to ask you, if you were in the shoes of this woman, would you have stayed? Or would you have walked away? Whatever answer that you want to give, remember that even your faith as I speak to you might still be on trial. God bless you and have a beautiful day ahead.